Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will be racing from the Turffontein inside track today. Today is the 6th of May. For those people who are watching Outside of Genie for the first time, just quickly what we do. What we do is we do form analysis, and through our form analysis, we then provide a punter with outsider selections so that they can add this outsider selection to their play. And if those outsider selections do arrive, then the punter will then collect the bigger payment. Um, we normally provide you with an outright selection and two outsider selection. Our outright selection can be a horse at any price. It's not normally, it is the favorite. It can be horses as long as 10, 12, 13, 20 to 1, 33 to 1. The longest price one we've ever gave was one for 66 to 1. So if you want to receive this video every day, just click the subscribe button and ring the bell. You can also get this video every day on our Twitter profile. Unfortunately, our Instagram is not active at the moment. And in my contact details, 083-585-5133. Now, we do give a subscriptions service where we give more detailed selections, more than we give in the video, the free video. So you can subscribe now. There's been a request for people who just said, I just want to sign up for 14 days for the start. So if you sign up for 14 days, the normal price would have been 50% of our monthly, which would be 250, but you can get a 14-day package for 175 Rand. If you sign up now, you can get selections from now till the end of May for 350. And then we got a value package, a champion season package. Now, if you sign up for this package, it's for 3 months. Your normal price would be 150. You get it for 900 Rand, and you will receive all the selections, including all the big races to the Gold Circle Champion season, including Voda Durban July selections that will only be available to subscribers. If you want to purchase this package, you can also get a free consultation with Dr. Genie, and you can also pay 500 Rand now and 400 Rand the end of May. What do you get when you subscribe? We give you exactas, box exactas. I saw yesterday, I think 2 or 3 of our exactas came in. One of the exactas paid just under 100 Rand. We can give you 2 bar daily all to comes, race by race selections. We give you outright win and 2 possible outside selections. Value bet to play each way. I think on the Val on Tuesday, Oyster King, we gave you Oyster King. It was 9 to 2 in the morning, and it jumped at 7 to 2, our best bet of the day. And then we give you trifectas and quartet selections, who often comes in and play nicely. And we give you affordable PAs, and we also give you pick sixes. Yesterday we had the pick six, and we only missed it by a nose. That always got beaten the favorite in the second leg of the pick six. Got beaten on the line by a huge outsider. If that held on, we would have made a few Rand, because the last race was won by a 50 to 1 shot, and certainly the pick six would have paid a few Rand with that. But that's the way the cookie crumble. So let's have a look at the race meeting today, and we look at Turffontein. And we go, sorry, I forgot to scroll up. Let's start. The first 2 races are maiden plates for juveniles, so I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm going to kick off with race number 3. But what I'll do is I'll give you the betting for the first 2 races so that you can see what is going on there. Race 1, number 6. Please know this is over 1450 meters. A lot of these horses has never gone that distance. It's around the bend. So surely a tricky event. Number 6, look yourself, 22 to 10, Pink Legacy, 22 to 10, 5 to 1. I don't know how to pronounce that name. 8 to 1, Northern Glow, Route 66, 9 to 1, Sylvette, 10 to 1, Lydia's Prosper, 16 to 1. Fashion Ningma, 25 to 1, Go Dream Machine, 35 to 1. Angel, 14 to 1, Cinderella Story, 50 to 1, and Queen's Gold, 60 to 1. Race 2, number 1, Blonde Axe, 17 to 10. The field 20-10, my master 10-1. I'm the tiger 11-1. Partner in crime 17-1. Master of law 16-1. Monsoon Kenny 20-1. 20-1. Gandalf the Bay and 25-1. And longer the rest. Let's have a look at race 3. 1600 meters maiden plate. Number 1 Castle Corner. 12-10, the bookie's favorite. Flying Bull 3-1, Charge Down 6-1, Willow's Wish 6-1, Curfew 14-1, High Benny 16-1, Jackhammer 18-1, Inamako 20-1 and 40-1, and longer the rest. Now here in race 3, we got the favorite. Again, this Castle Corner, the bookmaker's favorite, has been placed 6 times second. Now, a guy once told me when I lost a few rand after I backed the horse, that has also run second 6 times. He said to me, "You don't back a horse till it loses. You don't back a horse till it wins. You back it till it loses." So Castle Corner, not my first selection today. My first selection here is down here at the bottom, number 10, Willow's Wish, Willow Magic by out of Visani. Now Visani was a very good horse in the Michael Cox stable, I think. Or Sean Teddy, I'm not 100% sure about that. But anyway, this horse made a nice debut at 1160. Yeah, at the 400 meters, he was still 12 lengths behind, ran on 23.2, stayed on green. Only the draw is a bit of a concern, but surely it looks like the horse will be running on. So certainly, I think number 10, Willow Wish, a huge runner in this field. For my outsider selections, I'm going for number 3, Curfew. Has been running there and thereabouts. Last time I ran an improved race. Not a very strong field. Kumara on board and might be, what is the betting on this horse? Number 3, Curfew. 14-1. Certainly will have a boost dividends should this arrive. Also here, number 5, High Benny. A 4-year-old, but has only had 4 runs. The first 3 runs wasn't that good, but now last time I ran an improved race behind West Coast Lover, although 7 lengths behind, but slow, lost 2 lengths, but did run on well, 23.2. Musieni on board, he's facing a 2-week suspension from tomorrow, the 7th, and surely I think he's going to try and win. Already yesterday he won with 2 outsiders. The one horse that he won with was the one that cost us the pick 6. So I Benny also included in, and obviously number 1, Castle Darrow, Castle Corner also included. You won't believe it. I once had a business. It was a pub that was called Castle Corner here in Rustenburg many, many moons ago. But certainly you do have a chance, but there's always finding that one horse to beat it. And in this second last race, really bad performance behind Rosso Meadow. So it doesn't, yeah, I see they have got the blinkers on again. So certainly Castle Corner, not about a play, but I'm going with the Terry horse, my selection. Race 3 is a maiden plate over 1600 meters. So let's have a look at the betting. Number 10, Archer's Goal, 11-10, 19-10, Kissing Booth, Stunning Kitten, 11-1, Wedding Bliss, 12-1, Cast Dice, 12-1, 14-1, Wonderful Rock, Willow Lane, 20-1, and 40-1, and better the rest. Now, guys, here in this race, the favorite here is number 10, Archie's Angel. Now, I must tell you that my confidence in the Cox stable at this stage is very low. The horses run indifferently. You never know when they're going to run well or not. Certainly, this horse is well bred. Happy Arster was a top class mare in the time, and the horse surely has got a chance. And I don't say cannot win, but my selection is going to be the number 3 horse, which is Kissing Booth, Captain Al. Only had 3 runs. Was behind Archer's Goal in his debut, but I think has had some more runs, and I'm looking for a huge run for Sean Terry on Kissing Booth with Lyle Hewitson. You can actually also try and consider taking the double race 3 and race 4. With the 2 Terry horses might be a nice double to take. But this horse ran on 23.3. And I'm looking, I think the 1600 meter will even suit it better. In my outsider selections is numbers 1 and 2. Number 1 is Wedding Bliss. It ran very bad last time out, but looks like it says here slow, bled, suspended. Now coming back after 2 months rest, and I'm sure will be concerned in the finish. Also number 2, Cast the Die. Another Dakiu de Larkus runner. Chase Majunan board, whose horse has run a few places and was just beaten by only the Brave. And only the Brave is certainly not a donkey, so that wasn't too bad. And then behind Galaxy Radius, which I also think is also a bit of a potential, so do include in your play. Then we move on to race number 5, which is measured at 88 handicap, Class C, average measured at 82. Let's have a look here in the betting. The most of the races today is over the 1450. Here we have Royal Wolf 11 to 10, Reunion 5, 6 to 1, 7 to 1, Voluntario, Dark Tide 10 to 1, Balloon 10 to 1, 14 to 1, Rock of Africa, Foreign Field 16 to 1, Double Martini 16 to 1, 20 to 1, and better the rest. Now, guys, you know, as I said before, one must sometimes be so careful how the bookmakers strike up horses, and they then sometimes create this false favorite. Now, number 2, Royal Wolf, has won his last 2 runs in lower divisions than he's running now today. It's the first time he has gone over 1600 meters previously and got run out of it. Now today he's going back from a sprinters to 1450. And I don't say the horse cannot win. It is not my point. The point is, I can't see how can the betting be 6 to 1 the field. That is the point. I will not be taking the 11 to 10. I can assure you now. My first selection in this race is the number 3 horse, Reunion. This horse bolted up in her first race, winning by 10 lengths. And then I have run against some strong opposition, 84 here, have a go, Joe. Yeah, and then unfortunately, next round she got bumped and nothing went their way. And then last time, again in a strong field, but closely, there was some strong horses in that field, ran close, 4 lengths behind. My only concern is to draw 12. That is my only concern. That can be a problem, but I'm looking at number 3 to go in here. And then my outsider selections here in race 5 is horses 4 and 5. Dark Tide. Dark Tide won nicely last time out in a merit rate at 86. He's now running down in class in a merit rate at 82. And he really won well, got up from behind over this distance. And I do think that, so that was over 14,750. He is coming off a bit of a rest. But I think surely Lucky won't bring this horse to the course if this horse is not ready to run. And this horse has 12 runs, 3 wins, 4 seconds, and a third. So 8 out of 12 runs involved in the finish. So I'm looking for number 5, Dark Tide. And then my other outsider selection is Voluntario. I've been following this horse. This horse came off at one stage of a long rest. And then he's been there and thereabouts, 3 lengths, 2 lengths. And I'm sure this 1400 will not pose a problem. He ran in a 9 to 1 against Whirly, 3.75. Whirly, I think, won 5 races in total in a short space of time. Then ran second to Country Squire, and then ran well behind the Royal Wolf. And then over the 1400 meters came up and won last time. And I think definitely Voluntario will be a concern in the betting in the finish again. And here we have number 6, Ballon d'Or. I did give this horse last time out at 20 to 1, and he nearly ran third. He nearly won the race. I had him as one of my outsider selections. And surely I think this horse has got some capability and can also be involved in the finish, Ballon d'Or. Then we have here Foreign Field, who last time ran on behind Voluntario at 35 to 1. Touch of late, he nearly won the race, and one must follow this horse, maybe getting back to form. So let's move on to race number 6, which is a 1450 over As a Phillies Mares 9-1 divided handicap, Class B average merit rate in 85. And here the betting in race 6 is as follows. Number 2, Way of the World, 2-1, Golden Spoon, 28-10. Moments Like This, 33-10, Freedom Seeker, 5-1, Me Time, 11-2, Sheer Talent, 11-2, Strade Satale, 8-1, Spirit of the Groove, 14-1, and Longer, Louis Jim, 14 and 20-1, Invisible, Scratch, number 10, Queen Base. Good Queen Base. Now, here my first selection in this race, race 6, is number 8. We have a look at the form of number 8, the Jam Alley filly, only carrying 55, Warren Kennedy on board. This horse is distance 2 runs, 2 win. Course and distance 1 run, 1 win. Distance category 4 runs, 2 wins. So I really think I'm looking for Strade Starley today to run a huge race in this field. Then outside of selections is number 7 and 9. Number 7 is Louis Jim. I see this horse had the stable change since his last run, and I'm looking forward to this horse. The day that horse debut over 1450 on the Turffontein inside track, that day it was 15-1, and I gave that horse as a first timer to my people and say, listen, including all of your bets, and the horse duly won. Then he ran against Invincible and other divisions. Last time out, I'm not sure what happened there, but he is now coming off a rest, and I'm thinking number 7, Louis Game, is going to run a huge race today. Then number 9, Me Time, Cornelius Peace, again, surprised on Tuesday. We have Sing for Nico, which I gave to you at 33-1. And I think in all this horse's last run, he's certainly better than that. Ryan Munger from draw 1 can be a factor in this race. And then we have a look at number 2, which is the favorite, Way of the World, a horse you can never discard. He's been running well. He's now won 6 races and then if the last 7 races, won 5 of them. And certainly, you can't ask for more than that. But drawn a little bit wide at 10. In my pick 6, I have got the number 2 and the number 8 horse. Then we move on to race number 7, which is a classified stakes over 1450. And here my first selection is race 6 as a D69. And race 7, let's have a look at the betting. Number 3, Putin's Promise, 33-10. Under Trois, 7-2. Seaways, 4-1. And Taunt, 5-1. El Romanzi, 6-1. Pick and Pie, 15-10. You Deserve It, 18-10. Birds Watcher, 25-1 and 33-1. Scratch numbers 8, 12, and 13. Now, here in this race, my first selection is the number 2 horse, El Romanzi. Now, he's a little bit out here on the weights against horses like number 1, Seaways, and a few other horses, but he has run against some decent opposition, and I think Muzieni is going to try his level best with this horse. Certainly not it's not a sure bet. And also coming from draw 10, but I'm looking for Al Romanzi to run a huge race today. In my outsider selections is numbers 4 and 6. In Taunt, Warren Kennedy on board, Candace Dawson stable. This horse has also been running well and thereabouts, and is better off in the handicap than most of the other horses in this race. And then my other selection is number 6, which is Pick and Pie. Freehold filly has only had 4 runs, but the drawn 14. But for the draw would have been my first selection. But it's going to find it hard to win from that draw. But certainly, maybe Samanga Gumalo can do some magic. But I think this horse will be involved when the photos are taken. And then number 3 is Putin's Promise. Also a horse that runs always there and thereabouts, 3 lengths, 5 lengths behind. Hasn't won for 448 days. And one of these days, this horse is going to surprise and land up in the number 1 box. So that's race number 7. If we go down to race number 8, race number 8 is a Fillies Mares 74 divided handicap, 1450, Class D, average merit rate at 72. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is as follows. Number 8, number 1, so they say 4-1. They're betting 4-1 the field. 9-2 Sudden Song, 11-2 Manaquera, Emanuel Line 15-2, Anatura 8-1, Future Lady 7-2, Afternoon Tea 12-1, Galaxy Raiders 14-1, Lou Wayne 14-1, Milan's Princess 16-1, and 28-1 and longer. Scratch number 14, Evening Rise. So here in this race, my first selection is the number 13 horse, Afternoon Tea. This horse really kicked off well when she was a younger horse. She at one stage had a highest merit rating of 95. I just want to check if that was the highest merit rating that she had, Afternoon Tea. Actually, she was a 97 at one stage, now down to a 70. And I think based on her last run, when she ran on from behind Lucy in the Sky, I think Ryan Munger from 11 draw today, only drawn 5. And I'm looking for this horse to run a huge race today, Afternoon Tea. Has also run in similar company and even a little bit stronger. And I think today is the day that this Ashley Fortune inmate is going to have a day in the sun, Afternoon Tea. In my outsider selections is numbers 4 and 7. So let's have a look at them. Let's move what's here at number 7 is Anatura, another Simpson Grey. Also, horse won his last 2 races. At a little bit lower level, but the horse is in form. He runs on well, and definitely with Lyle Hewitson on board must be included in all of your play. And then have a look at number 4, which is Future Lady. I think this is a very nicely bred a filly, Futura filly, out of an Almafti mare. And I'm thinking this horse is going to improve. Last time I had run against a horse with the likes of Say When, which is definitely, I think, a horse on the app. I'm not sure what happened there. Was drawn 12 out of 12 and just had to come from the back. So maybe the draw was a bit of a problem. Today, nicely drawn 4. Luke Ferrari is on board, and I'm thinking Future Lady is going to run a huge race today. Also, let me quickly have a look at number 1. So they say also horse has been placing quite often, even after his maiden, always run there and thereabout, and certainly also not without a chance. So that brings me to the end of our preview. I hope I could point you in the right direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.